Hi everyone, Dr. Mandell here. If you want sharper vision, stronger eyes, and protection against future eye problems, what I'm about to share can change the way you see, literally. We often think eye problems come from aging, screens, or genetics, but the truth is your eyes are living tissue made of cells, blood vessels, and nerves that depend entirely on the food you eat. And there's one powerful food that nourishes them like nothing else. It's carrots, but not just carrots. Carotenoid-rich foods like carrots, spinach, kale, and sweet potatoes. These are nature's eye protectors. The vibrant orange and green colors you see in these foods come from compounds called lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene. Now here's the science. Your retina, that delicate layer at the back of your eye, is exposed to light and oxygen every single second you're awake. Over time, this light exposure creates free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells. That's what leads to macular degeneration, cataracts, and night blindness. But lutein and zeaxanthin work like internal sunglasses. They literally filter out harmful blue light and UV radiation while neutralizing those free radicals before they can harm your vision. Think of them as antioxidant shields inside your eyes. Every day, from the moment you open your eyes, your vision begins its silent battle against light, oxygen, and time. Your eyes take in millions of colors, details, and movements. But beneath that beauty, something dangerous happens. The same light that lets you see is slowly damaging the cells that allow you to see at all. Inside your retina, at the very center of your eye's vision field, lies the macula, a tiny, delicate structure responsible for sharp detail and color perception. Every second, it's bombarded by ultraviolet light, blue light from screens, and oxidative stress from the air we breathe and the food we eat. Over time, this damage adds up. It's the reason why so many people in their 40s and 50s begin to notice blurriness, fading color, and that haunting feeling that their eyes are aging faster than they are. But what if nature designed a defense system, a way to protect this fragile tissue from destruction? Science says it did. The answer hides in color, and specifically the rich pigments found in certain fruits and vegetables. They're called carotenoids, and they are nothing short of miraculous. These pigments give carrots their orange glow, spinach its deep green, and sweet potatoes their vibrant gold. But beyond their beauty, they are biochemical armor for your eyes. Among them, three stand out: lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene. They act as living shields, absorbing harmful light wavelengths before they can reach the delicate retinal tissue. Think of them as sunglasses built into your biology. When light enters your eyes, these pigments filter the most damaging blue and ultraviolet rays, preventing them from reaching the sensitive macula. Without them, that light energy generates free radicals, unstable molecules that tear through cell membranes, DNA, and proteins. Over time, these free radicals create microscopic scars, and those scars are what we call macular degeneration. Here's the shocking part. Scientists have found that people who eat diets rich in carotenoids have up to 43% lower risk of developing macular degeneration later in life. That's not a minor statistic. That's the difference between clear vision at 70 and blindness at 70. Harvard researchers analyzed over 100,000 people and found that those who consumed foods high in lutein and zeaxanthin had dramatically stronger protection against cataracts and vision loss. The American Optometric Association later confirmed these findings, calling lutein and zeaxanthin the nutritional sunscreen for the eyes. Now think about this. The human body cannot produce these carotenoids on its own. Not even a drop. The only way your eyes can get them is through your diet. Every bite you take is either protecting your eyes or silently weakening them. When you eat a bowl of spinach, your body extracts those carotenoids and sends them directly to the macula. They concentrate there, forming a protective yellow pigment that filters out light and neutralizes free radicals. But when you eat processed food, when your meals lack color and freshness, that pigment fades, leaving your eyes exposed. It's like taking off your biological sunglasses and staring straight into the sun. Beta-carotene, the most famous of these compounds, converts into vitamin A, the nutrient essential for your retina's function. Without enough vitamin A, your eyes can't regenerate the visual pigments that allow you to see in low light. That's why vitamin A deficiency leads to night blindness. It's not a rare issue. The World Health Organization estimates that over 250 million people worldwide suffer from some degree of vitamin A deficiency, many of them losing their vision permanently. Yet the solution is astonishingly simple. One medium carrot a day can supply over 200% of your daily vitamin A needs. But the magic doesn't stop there. Lutein and Zeaxanthin aren't just about preventing disease. They actively improve performance. Clinical trials have shown that people who increase their intake of these nutrients experience clearer color contrast, reduced glare sensitivity, and faster visual recovery after bright light exposure. That means fewer headaches, less eye strain from screens, and sharper focus in daily life. It's as if the world gains definition, edges become cleaner, colors richer, and night vision brighter. And here's something few people know. The density of these pigments in your eyes directly predicts how well you'll see in your later years. Ophthalmologists can actually measure it, and it's called macular pigment optical density, MPOD. Higher MPOD means better visual performance and protection. You can literally eat your way to stronger eyes. Studies show that just 12 weeks of eating lutein-rich foods can significantly increase your MPOD. 12 weeks, less than one season, to start reversing years of oxidative damage. The foods that contain these nutrients aren't exotic. They're simple, accessible, and affordable. Carrots, kale, collard greens, spinach, corn, peas, pumpkin, and eggs, yes, egg yolks too, all carry powerful doses of lutein and zeaxanthin. But here's a critical point. These nutrients are fat-soluble. Your body absorbs them best when eaten with a healthy fat source like olive oil, avocado, or nuts. That's why a salad with kale and olive oil isn't just delicious. It's a vision-restoring medicine. Imagine this. Every time you eat colorful vegetables, you're reinforcing your retina, rebuilding its resilience, and strengthening the lens of your eyes from the inside out. It's cellular repair happening silently while you live your life. The results aren't just biological, they're emotional. People who begin eating carotenoid-rich diets often report their eyes feeling less dry, less strained, and more alive. It's as if their vision breathes again. Our modern world is brutal on our eyes. Screens, artificial lighting, pollution, stress, all these factors create oxidative overload. Yet the answer to this epidemic of digital eye fatigue lies not in expensive eye drops or blue light glasses, but in the produce aisle. Nature gave us everything we need to heal, if we simply remember to use it. Close your eyes for a moment and think about all the things your vision lets you experience. Your loved ones' faces, a sunset, the words on this screen. All of that depends on microscopic pigments inside your retina that you can only get from plants that grow in the soil. It's humbling, isn't it? So, the next time you prepare a meal, add a handful of spinach to your omelet, toss some shredded carrots into your soup, or blend sweet potato into your smoothie. Every color you add to your plate is a layer of protection you add to your eyes. Over time, that choice compounds. You don't just eat for taste, you eat for sight, for clarity, for the ability to see the world in all its richness and depth. Your eyes are miracles of biology, but they depend on your choices. You can't stop aging, but you can slow the damage. You can't block every ray of blue light, but you can strengthen your body's defense. You hold the power to preserve your vision, one meal, one bite, one color at a time. Because when you eat foods rich in carotenoids, you're not just nourishing your body, you're protecting your window to the world, and that's a gift too precious to lose. Vision begins long before light enters the eye. It begins with the nutrients that shape every cell of the retina, every membrane of the optic nerve, every droplet of fluid that keeps the eye alive. You can have perfect lenses, perfect lighting, even perfect genetics. But if your cells don't have the right fuel, your vision begins to fade silently from within. The most essential of those nutrients is vitamin A, a molecule so vital that without it, your eyes simply cannot see in the dark. It is the key that turns light into electrical signals in the language of sight. Yet millions of people walk through their days slowly losing this ability, unaware that their bodies are starving for this one missing nutrient. Vitamin A doesn't just protect your vision, it creates it. Deep inside the retina, there are specialized cells called photoreceptors. These are the light sensors of your body. They absorb photons, tiny packets of light, and transform them into nerve impulses that travel to your brain. But these photoreceptors cannot work without a molecule called retinal, a form of vitamin A. Every time you blink, every time your eyes adjust to darkness, retinal molecules are being used and replenished. Without enough vitamin A, this cycle breaks. Your eyes can no longer regenerate the pigments that detect light. That's when the first signs appear. You struggle to see when driving at night. Your eyes feel dry and tired. Colors seem dull. That's not aging, that's deficiency. In developing countries, vitamin A deficiency remains one of the leading causes of preventable blindness. The World Health Organization estimates that over 250 million children worldwide are at risk of losing their vision because they lack access to vitamin A-rich foods. But this isn't just a problem of poverty or geography. Even in developed nations, mild deficiencies are alarmingly common, especially among people who rely on processed foods, low-fat diets, or restrictive eating patterns. Every cell in your retina depends on this fat-soluble vitamin, yet most people have no idea they're depriving their eyes of what they need most. Here's the fascinating part. Your body can't make vitamin A on its own. It depends entirely on two sources: preformed vitamin A from animal foods like eggs, liver, and dairy, and provitamin A carotenoids from plant foods like carrots, spinach, and sweet potatoes. Inside your intestines, these carotenoids are converted into active vitamin A, but here's the catch. This process requires fat. Without dietary fat, your body simply can't absorb or convert these precious nutrients. You could eat all the carrots in the world, but if you eat them dry or fat-free, you'll absorb only a fraction of their vitamin potential. That's why nature always pairs color with fat. Avocados with leafy greens, yolks with lutein, nuts with orange vegetables. It's a design that scientists have only recently begun to understand. In a groundbreaking study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers found that adding just 1 tablespoon of olive oil to a salad increased carotenoid absorption by up to 600%. That's not a typo, 600%. Another study showed that people who consumed eggs alongside vegetables absorbed 3 times more lutein and zeaxanthin than those who ate vegetables alone. Fat doesn't just make food taste better, it unlocks its nutrition. When vitamin A levels are optimized, something remarkable happens inside your body. The surface of your eyes stays moist because vitamin A maintains the mucous membranes that prevent dryness and infection. The cornea, that clear dome at the front of your eye, becomes smoother, clearer, and more resilient. The retina functions more efficiently, processing light faster and adapting to darkness more quickly. In clinical trials, individuals with adequate vitamin A intake showed improved night vision and faster recovery from glare. It's like cleaning a fogged-up window. Suddenly the world looks sharper, brighter, more defined. But vitamin A's role extends beyond the eyes. It is a guardian of your immune system, a repair agent for your skin, and a regulator of gene expression. When you take care of your eyes with vitamin A, you're strengthening your entire body's defenses. That's why people who eat diets rich in vitamin A often have healthier skin, stronger resistance to infections, and slower aging overall. The eyes are just the first to show the benefits or the damage. One of the most powerful natural sources of vitamin A is sweet potato. Just 1 medium-sized sweet potato provides more than 200% of your daily requirement. But here's a secret. Bake it with a drizzle of olive oil or coconut oil. That small addition of fat turns a good food into a medicinal one. Carrots, pumpkin, kale, and spinach work the same way. Pair them with nuts, seeds, or healthy oils to unlock their full vision-restoring potential. And don't overlook eggs. The yolk is one of the few natural sources that contains both preformed vitamin A and fat in perfect balance, making it one of the most bioavailable vision nutrients you can eat. Modern diets, especially those that fear fat, have quietly stripped away this balance. For decades, we were told to eat fat-free for health, but that advice came with a cost, not just to our hormones, but to our eyes. Without healthy fats, vitamins A, D, E, and K remain trapped in our food, never reaching the bloodstream. The result? Millions living with subtle, creeping nutrient deficiencies that affect their energy, mood, and sight. The irony is cruel. We live in an age of abundance, yet our cells are starving for the very nutrients that protect life. So how do you bring balance back? The answer is simpler than most realize. Each day, eat a variety of colorful vegetables, orange, green, yellow, and always include a source of healthy fat. Olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, egg yolks, or fatty fish like salmon are perfect partners. This combination feeds your eyes, supports your brain, and stabilizes your hormones all at once. Within weeks, your vision begins to feel stronger, less strain, less dryness, and greater clarity. Scientists now call this nutritional synergy, or the principle that nutrients don't work alone. They depend on each other to activate their full potential. Vitamin A needs fat to be absorbed. Lutein and zeaxanthin need fat to reach the retina. The body is not a collection of parts. It's a living orchestra, and when you feed it in harmony, it performs miracles. Close your eyes and think of the last time you saw a sunrise. The sky shifting from deep violet to amber gold. That sight is powered by chemistry, by molecules that your body borrowed from the foods you ate. Every hue of that sunrise lives within your cells, waiting for you to nourish it again. Vision is not just eyesight, it's connection to light, to color, to life itself. So the next time you sit down to eat, remember this. Every bite is either fueling your vision or fading it. Don't fear healthy fats. Don't strip the color from your plate. Let nature's design work as it was intended. Carrots with olive oil, spinach with avocado, eggs with greens, simple combinations that create extraordinary results. Because in the end, vision is not preserved by luck or genetics. It's preserved by choices. And the simplest choice to combine vitamin A-rich foods with healthy fats can protect the light of your world for years to come. Your eyes are the windows to your soul, but they are also mirrors of your diet. Feed them well, and they will reward you with clarity, depth, and color that lasts a lifetime. Every second of every day, your eyes are working harder than any other organ in your body. They never rest. Even when you sleep, they move rapidly in dreams, cleaning, repairing, and resetting themselves for another day of light. But modern life has turned that natural rhythm into a war zone. Screens, pollution, stress, dehydration, and processed food have pushed the human eye to its breaking point, and the result, the world's vision is quietly deteriorating. Studies now show that more than half the global population will be nearsighted by 2050. That's not evolution, it's collapse. But what if the same daily habits that harm your eyes could be replaced with rituals that rebuild them? Habits so simple, so natural, that in a matter of weeks, your vision could feel younger, clearer, and stronger. Science says it's possible. It begins with one overlooked truth. Your eyes are not isolated organs. They are extensions of your cardiovascular system. The same arteries that carry blood to your heart also feed your retina. And that retina, thinner than a sheet of paper, demands more oxygen per gram than any other tissue in your body. When circulation weakens, your vision dims. This is why eye diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma are often linked to poor vascular health. When blood flow declines, the cells of the retina suffocate slowly. They don't scream, but they fade. And by the time you notice it, years of damage have already taken place. But here's the miracle. Circulation can be rebuilt. It's not magic, it's biology. When you hydrate properly, move your body, and eat foods that strengthen blood vessels, you send life back to your eyes. Researchers from Johns Hopkins found that people who drank adequate water daily had significantly lower risk of developing dry eye syndrome. Just staying hydrated allows the tear film, the thin layer protecting your cornea, to remain stable and clear. Most people don't realize that even mild dehydration thickens the blood, reducing oxygen delivery to the retina. Imagine your eyes trying to see through fog. They can't. One of the simplest acts you can do for your sight is to drink water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. Every sip restores circulation to the microscopic vessels behind your eyes. Blood sugar is another silent destroyer. The retina is highly sensitive to glucose levels. Spikes in blood sugar cause inflammation that damages the delicate capillaries inside the eye. Over time, this leads to blurred vision, leakage, and the first stages of diabetic retinopathy. And you don't have to be diabetic to be affected. Even mild insulin resistance, something that affects nearly half of adults, can impair visual clarity. The solution isn't complicated. Eat whole foods, minimize refined sugar, and balance meals with protein and healthy fats. In one study published in Ophthalmology, People who followed a Mediterranean-style diet, rich in olive oil, nuts, and vegetables, had up to a 30% lower risk of developing vision-threatening diseases. That's not coincidence, it's chemistry. Stable blood sugar keeps your vascular system clean, and a clean system keeps your eyes alive. But food and hydration are just the beginning. The human eye evolved for natural light, sunlight that shifts in color and intensity throughout the day. Yet most people spend their lives staring into artificial blue light, trapped indoors under LEDs and screens. That light isn't neutral. It confuses your circadian rhythm and causes oxidative stress to your retina. Harvard researchers found that exposure to artificial blue light at night suppresses melatonin production, which doesn't just ruin your sleep, it accelerates eye aging. The solution isn't to fear light, but to manage it. Step outside for at least 20 minutes a day. Let morning sunlight hit your eyes, not directly, but through the natural sky. This light calibrates your brain's clock and strengthens your ocular cells. In the evening, protect yourself, dim your lights, use warmer tones, and give your eyes darkness so they can regenerate. Then there's movement. The eyes are not passive. They respond to how you move your body. When you exercise, blood flow increases everywhere, including the tiny vessels that nourish the optic nerve. In fact, a study from the University of Kansas showed that people who engaged in regular aerobic activity had better retinal thickness and visual function than sedentary individuals. That's not just better eyesight, that's biological youth. Even a daily 30-minute walk can lower eye pressure, improve circulation, and prevent degenerative changes. Exercise is not just for your muscles, it's for your vision. But perhaps the most toxic modern habit of all is smoking. Every cigarette constricts blood vessels and floods your eyes with free radicals. The damage is cumulative and irreversible. Smokers are 4 times more likely to develop age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in adults over 50. That's not an abstract number, it's millions of people losing their ability to see the faces they love. The moment you quit, blood flow begins to improve. Within weeks, your eyes receive more oxygen. Your risk begins to fall and regeneration starts. It's never too late. Small, mindful habits can also make a profound difference. Every 20 minutes of screen time, look away for 20 seconds at something 20 feet away. It's called the 20-20-20 rule, and it works. It relaxes the ciliary muscles inside your eyes that control focus, muscles that are constantly strained in the digital era. You wouldn't run your legs for 10 hours straight, yet most people run their eyes that long without rest. Giving your vision moments of relaxation can prevent headaches, tension, and fatigue. And don't underestimate the power of sleep. During deep rest, the body releases melatonin and growth hormone, which repair oxidative damage in the eyes. Sleep deprivation, on the other hand, dries the eyes, reduces tear production, and slows down healing. Think of sleep as your eye's night shift crew. It's when all the cleanup and rebuilding happens. 6 hours is not enough. The sweet spot is 7 to 9 hours, with darkness, cool air, and no screens before bed. The most inspiring part of this science is that your eyes can heal faster than you think. In a study from the National Eye Institute, people who adopted healthy habits, hydration, exercise, nutrient-rich diets, and smoking cessation showed measurable improvement in retinal function in as little as 8 weeks. 8 weeks to restore clarity, reduce dryness, and reverse years of neglect. That's not a supplement claim. That's human biology at work. Your daily choices are powerful beyond measure. Every sip of water, every step you take, every bite of color-rich food, every hour of rest, these are the medicines that modern life forgot. The health of your eyes is not determined by fate, it's written by your habits. You can choose to stare into a screen until the world fades into blur, or you can choose to feed the miracle that lets you see. Because sight isn't just about vision, it's about connection. Every moment of your life is framed by what your eyes allow you to witness. A smile, a sunrise, the people you love. Protect that gift. It's not fragile, it's resilient. It just needs you to care for it. Drink water, move your body, eat color, rest your mind, and when you do, your eyes will thank you in the only language they know, the language of light, clarity, and life. You can't stop time, but you can slow its effects. You can't control every light you face, but you can control the light within you. The same small habits that nourish your heart, brain, and soul also restore the windows through which you see the world. So start today. The world is waiting for you to see it clearly again. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell, and as always, I wish you and your loved ones many blessings and great health.